Okay. So, hello everyone. Hi. Um, so, if everyone is ready, we can start the meeting. So, my name is Ilaha. I'm Ilaha Gurbanzada, and today's meeting is going to be about AI. And I know what you're thinking, like, yeah, wow, unique, how like, important, overhyped topic you've searched and found out. Yeah, I know it's so overhyped and overused among the projects, among the companies. Doesn't matter. Like everybody right now uses AI in every single stuff. But I want to change your mind on that because not every time we need AI. Not in every single let's say company or within the project we don't need it every time. So I want to talk about this topic and cover lots of stuff what we should do in order to implement AI, and if even we need it, like we should as analysts we need to understand either we need it or not. So I know that it gives you PTSD on Samsung presentation where everybody was like AI, and I know that your face right now is just basically this meme saying that, oh my God, AI again. Like I'm so interested in this topic, but okay, let me drive your attention on me, and just I want to get briefly on the agenda what we're going to talk about, and because we have plenty of time, I'm gonna be talking in really deep, like we're gonna dive deep into the details. And so yeah, let's start on the agenda. So first one right here is web era and the AI era. In here, I want to specifically like show you and let's say prove my point that how AI is really overly hyped and overly used, because not everybody, when I say that AI is overly used, they're like, no, it's not like that, because not every company has AI right now. But I want to show you in real data, in real research, that yes, AI is in fact overly used. And the second one and the third one, they are gonna be much of like interactive stuff, and fourth, fifth, and sixth, they're gonna be more like a hypothetical, let's say, conversations with you. And the first one is web era traction. I found some sort of data set. It covers UK, Europe, yeah, UK is basically Europe and USA, and other companies that went into web era. So what does it mean? You know, this era, this interval of time when AI wasn't invented yet, or it wasn't that hyped topic. It was like something in the future, it's gonna happen, yes, but not everybody was like, everybody was like, yeah, we need to have a website, we need to have an app, we need to go online somehow, doesn't matter. And this era just basically shows how this era went up. And you see from the curves that it goes normally, like every other tendency. Like, yeah, one company does that, we need to do that too. Other company does that, yeah, we need to implement technology. And these were the times when backend and frontend were much more hyped, like as a, let's say, as a field. And this is just the normal, you know, traction. You see that 10% of the like 10% of the companies had their online business in 20s, and then it went up to 82 in 25 years. It's normal. I mean, it doesn't seem abnormal. But show you like the difference between the web and AI era, it's insane. You see how the curves go? From my research, you can see that AI wasn't like, even like AI was something robotic stuff, you know, it was like artificial intelligence. Wow, they're going to use it in USA, or they're going to use it in some kind of in foreign countries, but not in here. But then it started to grow massively. It's peaked in 2020s when quarantine came, and the coronavirus was spreading among the world. And what happened here in 2020, that everybody was like, yeah, this is new kind of topic that we need to implement in order to increase our sales, because everybody was so deeply into the quarantine stuff. Everybody was depressed and nobody wants to sell their money, and companies started to lose their money much more. So what they started to do is to implement AI somehow. Doesn't matter, even if it doesn't even cover the basic functionalities, but we just have AI. to drive attention of the, let's say, of the consumers, of the customers. So after that, we see that massive glow and massive development of the AI era. And its peak, it's right now in the 2025. I know that it's gonna go crazily like develop in the future years. And you see that it goes up abnormally, and this difference between them means that lots of companies, lots of let's say, lots of businesses have their website, but even more businesses, companies have their AI. What does it mean? Maybe they are not going specifically for the customer, but they do implement AI within the company. It means that maybe they are doing some um, monitoring amongst the employees to see how many people are really actively working or some. So this means that lots of companies went online, but even more of them have AI. How does it possible? It clearly shows that it's overhyped and everybody uses AI in, like, you don't even have an online channel to go to the customer. How do you have AI? It's really overhyped and abnormal. And so I want to show you some interactive stuff. I want you to kind of vote, maybe one of you, maybe two of you, doesn't matter. And I want to show you how overhyped it is that consumers and customers think that sometimes it's just basic automation, but customer thinks that it's AI. So I want to test your, let's say, attention and test how you like know if the product has AI or no. So this is the, let's say, example number one. It's Trello Butler. What does it do? It just creates a card. For example, it creates a task, basic task, and it does all of the stuff for you. For example, it creates a deadline, it creates a checklist, it assigns to you it automatically. You see here, like, it adds a new task, and it task automatically just has its own due date, comment, and assignee. And also there are lots of triggers in that. For example, if it's moved into the in progress, then Butler is automatically going to add some stuff. So for just simply saying, it's just one trigger, several actions. How do you think, is this AI? Like, did they added and implemented AI in this specific functionality? How many of you think that this is AI? You can raise your hands if you want. Is this AI? No, but how many of you think that it's not AI? Yeah, all of you. Okay. So all of you think that this is not AI, and you're completely right, because it's just basic automation. Yeah, exactly. It's just automation. It's just workflows. It's just one trigger, just does several actions. It's just one, like, simple automation stuff. You can do it in a simple backend. I mean, just if you do that, then this, like, if then rule. If it's not an AI, so it's just the automation. And you're right, but consumers and lots of customers think that it is AI. I mean that it's overly hyped to the level that even people think that it's AI. And when they talk about it, for example, you can find articles where they say that, wow, 5 tools for you to implement AI, or for you to do your job much more better, faster, and blah, blah, blah. And they say that this is AI power, but this one is not AI. Even Trello doesn't say that it's AI, it's just the basic automation that does it for you. It's just the simple stuff. So, okay, example number one. How do you think, well, what is it? Like, okay, we have a form right here, Google form, basic form. You have their, like, surname, name, whatever, your information, your Gmail, whatever, and you have your feedback. And once you submit it, they automatically send you a mail about, like, all of the stuff that you've written in the form, Google form. And this is how it goes. Just they have this, let's say, unique and individual greeting that, okay, dear blah blah, dear, for example, X person. They have this, they want you to feel special. So that's why they are implementing your name into the email, and they do this stuff. So how do you think? Is this AI implemented stuff or basic automation? It's not AI. Okay, you're right, it's not. But lots of people also think that it's AI. But I want to also mention that maybe they have specific parts where they read this part of the feedback, and based on that, they send an email to you. But I've searched it. there are some parts that they use AI, specifically not AI, they just implemented API of the ChatGPT to read this text and send like according text to your feedback. But yeah, it's not AI, like the whole process. Mm-hmm.
Responsible to your discussion.
Yeah.
Thanks you for the presentation. I think that's a great point, but I like to mention.
Mm-hmm.
So, what we mean by saying AI, because AI is such a broad term, and it's a part of machine learning, and machine learning is a part of AI.
Yes, you're right.
It's AI. Because AI is like a simulation of human intelligence by the computer system, yes. And so we have a machine learning, we have a LLM,
Yes.
it's a large language model. So it's basically, maybe you know about the N8 and
Yes.
automation, yes, when you're using
Automation.
something and sending email or to some accounts or something. So it's basically, I think, AI is a broadened term, but what we mean AI as a broadened term is AI. But what we mean by AI, it's
Okay.
like something like a large language model or something. It's
Okay.
not AI.
Yeah. No, yes, it's a great question. By not AI, I mean that it doesn't think for itself. It doesn't do something specifically. It doesn't think. It doesn't predict something.
It's not a generative AI.
Yeah, it's not AI at all. It's just if then rule. It's just the basic backend that does that. If you press this button, then do this. It's just basic backend stuff. It's just basic, yeah, but it's a great question because AI is just a broad understanding. By AI, I mean that it can think for yourself. For yourself, it can think and it can be like a personal assistant for you, at least. Yes, but it doesn't do that. It doesn't predict what you want to say. It doesn't create any new meaning to you. It doesn't add a value to your input. If it doesn't do that, it's not AI. By AI, I mean like this. Yeah. So yeah, the example number 3, you know, in Gmail where you type lots of like emails and it's in the gray part, it shows that, yeah, you want to say that, like it shows, and when you press tab, you just automatically just implement this specific word that is shown in gray and you just send the reply, the answer to your mail. You see how here it shows in gray? It just suggests that maybe you wanted to say that, maybe you wanted to say this. Is it AI? How do you think? Does they like implemented AI in here? Yes. How many of you think that it's AI? Okay. Yeah, but how many of you don't think that it's AI? Like there, it's not. Yeah, it is AI, guys. But it's. I just wanted to specifically point. But actually, yeah, you are right. Why? Because it really seemed that it's not a big deal to have AI, right? It's just the simple stuff like, okay, you wanted to say that, you wanted to say this, like, why have AI in this? But it is AI. I mean, your question, it can generate something. It can predict that you want to say this or that. And every time you add a new word to it, it predicts something else. It can think that, okay, this person doesn't mean this person that meant this one. So yeah, but it's really narrow AI. What it means that it just does one thing. It just wants to understand you. It just does one thing. It just have tokens for each word, and these words take like the vectors. They'll have. I'm gonna show you later actually, but I mean that it's really narrow AI. Firstly, it doesn't do anything for you. It just suggests you. It just predicts that maybe your next move is gonna be that. Example, if I'm leaning towards this part, you're gonna predict that I'm either going to the computer or I'm either gonna go and drink water. I'm gonna drink water actually. Yeah.
Knew it.
Yeah. So you predicted it. You've known that. Yeah. And after every my step, you are closer to the answer. That's how AI works. For example, I place one word. Yeah. Hi. After this, it can say that, how are you? It can suggest that. But after I place where, it automatically thinks that, okay, where are you? It just predicts and thinks for itself. Yeah, and also it copies the styles. Maybe I'm suggesting that the Gmail takes our emails and learns from that. If it's a professional email, they know from the hi, blah blah blah, how are you, blah blah. Hope you are doing well. Hope this email finds you well. They're training data from their data itself. Yeah, from the mails that we're constantly sending to the other person. They're taking the data from there and implementing it as AI.
Outlook had this like kind of functionality for very long while. So I don't know like if that was AI before or not because I remember it has been a long time it had that. So
Maybe Outlook didn't have AI.
didn't
Maybe
have, I think it didn't have AI. Then.
you can do it without AI too, but it's gonna be
It
less
wasn't-
accurate.
it was very
Yeah,
good because
it's really
it was
less.
just guessing the professional like things. Like,
Oh, yeah, I know.
You're doing well or something like that.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You are saying that it was just if it knew that it's the end of the sentence, it suggests you the see you soon. Yeah, it's not AI. Mostly it's not AI. Maybe it is. I didn't research for that, but Gmail does have AI, in fact. So yeah, oh, I forgot that I have this. Yeah. So, what ChatGPT means basically, like, let's dive into the details, right? Generative pre-trained transformer. What does it mean? Generative, as you like already know, generative it generates something, it predicts something. Pre-trained means that they are training the data, but what is the pre in here? Pre in here means that we do such stuff to understand lots of things, but in order to have a solution to the specific tasks, we need to fine tune it. It means that, okay, I may know the answers to the specific 3 questions, but for the fourth one, maybe I need to do some more training or more fine tuning. By fine tuning, I mean, for example, more layers. Fine tune. It's just pre-trained. Before it means that it doesn't ready for itself as a model. You need to fine tune it to the specific tasks if you need to. Sometimes you don't need it. Like you just implement model and it just knows for itself that what should you do, what you cannot do, or whatever. And transformer, the let's say the important part of this whole of the process, it's transformer, and what it does, it's let me go like back into the presentation. And what transformer does, it has several layers, and each layer is basically asking you questions. You know, in Analyst, when you do like basic Analyst, for example, if you have a question, for example, there's a new project, let's say that there's a new project, right? And you're working on that and you're a business analyst on this project. It doesn't even matter if you're analyst or not, you're a developer and you're constantly asking stuff from where, who is the user, for example, where it should go, where it shouldn't go. And when you ask more and more questions, you understand the project better. You understand the scope of the project much more better, what it does for you, what it does for the company. So in order to understand the scope, you should ask questions. That's what these layers are. These layers, basically, simply saying, they are asking you questions. For example, okay, let me show you. For example, this attention layer, it's just vectors. For example, because AI doesn't necessarily understand you. It doesn't understand human language. It's not a human. It's just a numbers. It sounds really easy, and it sounds really in crying eating terms because like we're like a children, but it is. You see how these vectors are? So it just suggests that in more like percentage of the probability, it's gonna be there after this. And why it happens? Because they divide it into the tokens. For example, if it's a word and we want to has another like word into it, it just divides it in the tokens. It can be even the syllables, it can be the other stuff in the sentence, and it can be the picture, it can be the soundtrack. It divides it into the pieces. And after that, it gives it specific numbers. For example, these vectors. For example, this was, and what are these numbers? Like it is just random numbers here. And it's really weird, but it's just, let's say, if we are looking into the dimension, not only X and Y, X and Y, not only that, we're looking into multi-dimensional, let's say, graph, and there we see the vectors. Like if you know the understanding of vector, these numbers are just basically vectors. They show you where it goes, and it understands that model in here means that I am learning a machine learning model or it's a fashion model. It understands the let's say difference between them. Why? Because it gives it several numbers, for example, and they are communicating with each other. It's like, for example, if I'm taking an exam and I don't know the answer, I'm going back to my, like, if I have a friend behind me, I'm gonna go what do you have for the number 2-1? And he's gonna suggest me something, and I'm gonna change my answer based on that, right? That's what the words and the pixels on the picture does. They are looking behind themselves, they're looking to the previous one, asking them, what are you? They're saying like, I'm this, and I'm, for example, I'm white. It all, the next pixel thinks, for example, wow, maybe I am a paper, maybe because the previous one said it's white. Okay, I am what I am white. Okay, then it's just basically a let's say it's a function, but it's basically a couple of questions that you are asking from pixel, from the text, from the word, maybe even the prefixes of the word, maybe syllables, doesn't matter. Like, you are asking questions from this specific stuff in order to understand what's going after this, how it generates stuff. It just gives a number, it just gives vectors. And what you see here, it's actually how they communicate with each other. For example, this one asks this one stuff, this one goes to, and when you have lots of layers, you have much more clear understanding of what's going on. If you have less layers, then you are asking less questions, then model's gonna be not quite accurate maybe. But I want to mention something in here. Okay, I'm gonna go into that later. I want to mention something in here. More layers doesn't mean accurate results. If you have less data, then you should go with less layers. Why? And you should, as analysts, you should explain it to the AI engineers. Why? Because if you have less data, but you have lots of layers, then you are over asking questions. You know, these analysts who are asking really dumb questions, your coworkers, for example, maybe everyone has someone in their mind that they are constantly, yeah, you do. I'm sorry for that. And they constantly go to you and ask really dumb questions like, yeah, I need to do it in red color, right? Yeah, right. But what kind of red? Is it like rose red? Is it like pink red? How? It's just red. Go and do this. Like, that's how inaccurate results are coming. For example, you're asking bot really simple question. Maybe lots of us work in the company where they just implement bots, and these bots are answering this kind of questions. And you answer bot, I want to, for example, take a loan. And it answers really weirdly, really like, what do you even mean by that? Like, it answers that if you want from bank to give you a discount, blah, blah, blah. Loan doesn't mean discount, but because we asked lots of questions, the direction of the thinking prediction went into really completely apart from the real answer. So we're going to dive into that later. I just wanted to specifically say that, and I want to like show you how really AI works, and I actually want to turn you into an AI model. I am a customer. You are my ChatGPT. I'm asking you. I'm just sending you a picture, and I'm asking you, what is it? What do you see? What is it? Okay, but it's a picture. It's not voice message. You think that it's a screenshot? Okay, yeah, maybe. I sent you, and you don't understand from the basic first layer. Yes, in the first layer, you just ask, does it have lines? And you just divided the picture into lines in a really simple way. You know, when math, you just let's say you're doing really hard equation and you try to divide it into pieces and solve it piece by piece. ChatGPT does that. Not ChatGPT, or every AI model does that. They divide it into parts. For example, this part is just lines. Yeah, you still don't know what is it. And the second part, second layer, it just shows you this kind of stuff. What is it? Do you know what is it? Okay. Yes, can be. I don't know. You should know. You are my ChatGPT. You are my AI. What you are asking me? You are my AI. You should know. What is it? Yeah. Okay. This model works really great. Okay, I'm gonna turn it into ChatGPT 5.1. 5.1. Yeah. Okay. This model has lots of layers. It's great. Okay. Then simply like, yeah, you were right. And you see how it implemented it piece by piece. Firstly, it was lines. Then it noticed that it have these turbines. The third one actually started to summarize the picture, line, and this stuff. And what happened? It started to notice that there's some kind of water, and then understand that, yeah, this is this picture. and it actually gives you by text that, yeah, this is the answer for your question, this is this picture. So, and because it's mostly because this whole presentation is about business analyst, I want to specifically explain to you what AI ready actually looks like. What does it mean? If someone, specifically product owners, let's say, I don't know, CEO, doesn't matter. If your company have someone in management team who constantly comes, like they see something in their dreams, and in the morning they come that, oh my God, we should implement that. I saw it in my dream. We had lots of customers, and if you have this kind of manager on you, you should ask several questions and you should be ready for several stuff. First really one, the center of it is calculated KPIs, because if you don't know what it's gonna end up with, you don't know even if you need AI or not. If you don't need, yes.
KPIs for people who are implementing it, or KPIs for the AI where ending up?
KPIs for the great question, actually. KPIs for the, let's say, how it's gonna end up. For example, you have,
So for the
for the customers, for customer retention, for say. For the product, yes. If product is gonna bloom after you implement AI, then do it. And by blooming, I mean real data. You're you're predicting that, after I implement AI, I can replace 3 of my employees for the first step. Then do it. It's great, because you start with 3 employees, then you go to 10, then you go to 100, and it's cost saving. But you know that in fact you are not capable right now for this. Then firstly, you know that your desired result is that firstly you want to at least just get rid of at least 3 of your employees, for example. Firstly, that you know your KPIs, you know that success means this for me, firstly. And secondly, business requirements. You know, when I had lots of friends, and I was one of these friends also, that they just said, constantly saying to me that, oh my God, I text to ChatGPT, it doesn't understand me, it's so stupid, why it's overrated. And I'm this friend because I was like that, why it just doesn't understand me. And then I understand that I am the stupid one, not the ChatGPT, because I don't explain what I want. It's like manager coming to me and saying that fix it, and goes away. Fix what? Fix you? I cannot fix you. You can fix yourself. So I mean that business requirements should be clear. If you don't have any requirements on you, if you don't know what it should do after this, what it shouldn't do, even you should answer to the questions what it shouldn't do. If you don't know answers to the questions, then don't implement AI, because lots of times people are like, yeah, just let's implement AI. They don't know what it does. It doesn't do any functionality. It just exists there. It just stays there, like we have AI. It doesn't have any value, and none of the users, none of the customers were using AI. They are just not interested in AI.
just like some companies that get lots of money from Microsoft.
Exactly, they are all failing.
And then they end up.
Yes, because AI right now is not a need, it's tendency. It's just a trend that goes away, that washes away quickly, and it's not a need right now. Maybe if you are implementing right, it is a need. So the third one is clean and accurate data. After you know what you are doing, then you are going to data. If you don't know what you're doing, then please don't just quit your job. Please stay at home. You're going to be much more useful at home than in here. So this part is really hard part, because if you don't have any data on you, it's great to postpone it for like at least 2 months, maybe 1 if you have less time, if the deadline is really quick. Have 1 month of like say probation period, and take data from customers. For example, have like this kind of tools where where the customer goes after this action. Where does it go for this question? What kind of question they were getting? And you can add the like customer satisfaction, let's say, rating. Maybe they can like, did you solve your problem by doing this? And after that, you get accurate data. And after this accurate data, you know that okay, customers goes for this because they want that. and they press this because they want to achieve this result, but they cannot achieve it because there's a barrier, maybe because of the employees, maybe because of the call center, doesn't matter, for some reasons. So it's great to have a data, but if you have data but it's not clean, by not clean, I mean there are lots of duplicates. There are 5 Johns in your customer service that they are same age, they have same data, it's exactly the same, duplicated data. You have data where someone was burned before our era. If you have this kind of data on you, then you should clean up and actually make it more accurate, and you should analyze it better, because sometimes you think that you do have data, but in reality it's not accurate. You see that, yeah, every column is right, every row is completed, but it's not accurate. It's not, what do you mean that I was born in I don't know, 12 years, like, yeah, 200 years ago, like, how, what does it mean? So you should need to analyze it better and better. So yeah, I want to show you how many, let's say, companies are actually failing because of that. And the really first, let's say, reason for that is just leadership and strategy screw-ups. Because why? Because they don't know what they're doing. They're just implementing AI just for the sake of AI. It's, as I said, it's a trend to implement AI. But when you go to the specific part of the something, for example, it's a website, it's an app, doesn't matter. You go there and you just do some stuff, and this AI constantly pops up, but you don't even need it. Like, it constantly pops up into you, and you don't even need this AI stuff. So firstly, it's just strategy screw-ups. Second in line goes capability. It means that if you don't have infrastructure, if you don't have normal, like, going all of the business requirements on your infrastructure, or the, let's say, all of the data, where it goes, from where it goes, where it should go. If you don't have this infrastructure, then it's a screw up also. And then data quality and actually AI, because lots of people think that AI fails because the model is bad, but model is great. If you implement it right, if you do this, all of the steps, then implementing AI is actually great. So I want to do something interactive with you. And let's say you are like an IT business analyst, and for example, just say that you have this kind of project on you. And what you are going to do, you are going to implement AI. Do you even need AI in this particular case, or no? For example, management receives a monthly performance report in Excel, revenue, such stuff, and new customers, churn rate, blah, blah. And your BA, maybe data analyst, doesn't matter, they spend 2 to 3 days every month exporting data. They spend lots of time on that. But time for companies mean losing money. If you lose time, you lose more money than actual money. So, and they manually clean duplicates, as I said, the data cleaning stuff. They're implementing that, and then they are creating a PowerPoint with like these visuals, and they just go into the management team and go say that, yeah, we have this kind of results. So as an analyst, if you even can ask questions if you want. Like, I'm CEO, I'm a manager, I come up to you and say that, yeah, we have this kind of thing, kind of stuff going on, and I need to somehow do it faster. I don't want you to implement it every time. What you are gonna do? Do we need AI in here? And I want it to be AI. Some what? System infrastructure? No, we don't have it. We just Excel basically. Yeah, exactly. At least have a database. Like, it's the basic minimum that you should have, because with Excel, AI model cannot train itself. Maybe it can, but it's not gonna be as accurate as you think. And okay, after I do that, for example, it's gonna take me 1 month, 2 months. After that, can I implement AI? I want you to implement AI, for example. I have a structure, I have a database. I implemented all of the data into my database. Because I'm losing time. I'm losing time because you're losing time. You're losing time because of this stuff. And because you're losing time, I'm losing money. So I want you to fix that ASAP. Like, I don't know what you're doing, just implement it, I do this. I'm this kind of manager. I'm bad manager. You know, there's the good cop, bad cop. I'm the bad cop right now. I'm bad manager. I just want you to implement AI.
I don't know. For the last one, we don't need AI that much. I think it can be
In visual?
Yeah, it can be automated in other like ways, like Excel, things like that.
Maybe, yeah.
Want to save you resources? I'll do it.
So
Not the end.
yeah, we would like spend it for the first one or the second one, but I think for the third one, I don't really see the point of it.
Yeah. Okay. Valid questions, valid. But you should also ask, actually go and find out a model that really does that, can do this, and how much is gonna cost to implement this model, because model can work it, like it's basic stuff that model can do. But the thing is, every time it runs, it costs you money. You should have like you should go and analyze how much does it cost for every use, and after that say that, for example, I lose for example 30 minutes on that, for example 2 to 3 days. Okay, I lose 2 to 3 days, but it's gonna cost you much more to implement it than 2 to 3 days. So do you want to do that really? Because if you're not ready for the cost, because if I'm not going to do this for 2 to 3 days, I'm gonna go and do another task for the 2 to 3 days. It is as important to implement AI. So for this specific thing, no, it's gonna cost you much more than 2 to 3 days. It's gonna cost you whole month of work every time you use it. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter if you use ChatGPT or use Gemini's model. Doesn't matter. If you use custom model, it doesn't matter. It still costs lots of money, and you don't need to have this kind of money cost actually. Okay, the second example is the telecom company. They want to predict which customers will leave in the next 3 months. And they have lots of systems. They have great infrastructure. They have billing system. They have CRM. They have call center. All of this have their own infrastructure, own database, all of the stuff. And data is fragmented. Customers' AI are not aligned actually, because, for example, if Ilaha Gurbanzada write in this database, for example, in billing system, my ID is 501. In other system, it's 423. It doesn't align within itself. Yeah, it just goes, yeah, shared pool, exactly. The valid question that you don't have a pool to connect them. Firstly, we're gonna fix that. We should fix the integration between this, let's say, between these systems. And the other one is that they don't have past behaviors. You don't see the other customers, like how they interact with the platform that you've created, with the website, with the app. Doesn't matter. You don't know how they act. So in this situation, do you need to implement AI, or are you ready to implement AI? Again, I'm a bad manager. I come up to you, say that I want to predict this kind of stuff. Do you think that it's worthy to implement AI and lose money actually, but it's gonna give you really great predictions? Do you need that? How do you think?
After the single place, maybe like after the poll, not right now, but
Maybe,
after that.
maybe someday, yeah. Maybe in your dreams. Yeah, actually, if you have pool, but also this one is a big problem, because we don't know after what action they're going into churn. We don't know what triggers the churn. Yeah, because customer doesn't know. Customer just can be losing their interest. It can be lots of stuff. You don't know how customer thinks, and AI cannot predict what we think. AI cannot fix us, guys. If we lose interest, it's just we are losing interest. So this one is a really big problem. We need at least, I don't know, 20K worth of data in here, at least, to even start something. And we need to elevate this data set even more in the future. So, yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah, don't worry. Thank you. Okay, don't worry. Bye. So yeah, the third example, it's a bank. It receives 5 to 7K customer requests, and it's coming from different platforms, coming from email, web form, doesn't matter. And the requests are currently manually routed from L1 team to the L2 team, and it's just goes into different queues like cards, loans, online banking. It goes just any other stuff other than database. And we have this ticket stuff in Jira, for example. It has categories. It have 2 years of historical data on you. The tickets where from this team goes to that team, and you also have misrouting is a you have misrouting because why? Because 20 to 25% of tickets are sent to the wrong queue in the first place. In here, sorry. If it sends to the wrong queue, it means that it goes to the wrong team. It means that they are overpassed. Then they are passing to the right team. So it goes like a ball. You send me this ball, I just leave it behind, and or I just send it back to you. Like it's not my it's not my scope to do that, to solve this problem. So yeah, in this specific, let's say, project, do you need to implement AI for this specific one?
I think you could do here, but I don't know how. Like how you could
Yeah,
predict that.
Yeah, actually we can. If we look into the customers, for example, they say in their let's say in the comment section, they say that I have this problem with my loan, I cannot pay it. For example, you see the keywords loan, payment. You just, as AI, you take these words and understand that yeah, this should go to this specific team, and you just understand it and just go to this thing. So it actually fixable. After maybe 2 to 3 months, you can fix it and actually implement AI, maybe. But this one is big problem. In order to fix that, you need to fix this problem first. And it's gonna, I don't know, you're gonna spend it 2 months maybe, because if it doesn't go to the right team, the AI will know, because your basic fundamentals are saying that this should go to this team. If your basic functionality is saying this, then AI is going to learn from this data and it's going to send it to the wrong team also. And it just does the same thing as you did before. It just costs you much and does nothing for you. So yeah, in this case, you can absolutely can't, but you should need to really fix these problems first.
Also, like, when I was working, I was working operation based, so I had this kind of problems a lot.
Yeah.
I'm very used to this problem.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, when we were trying to get our data monthly or yearly for our KPIs, it was always there was always a mistake.
Yeah.
Because like someone would close the ticket in the wrong queue, and we would be like, "That's our ticket, but it's there.
Exactly.
How we can take that?"
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
like, we couldn't trust our own data, and we didn't know what to do with it.
That's really accurate problem actually, and lots of this stuff can be fixed, but just company doesn't seem to be really care that much, because if it's not your ticket, you just can pass it to the other person. What's the big deal?
They don't really do that. So.
They don't know that it costs really lots of time actually for me to pass it to another team. Another team again says that it's not mine. It passes to another one, and this same ticket goes over and over the teams, and then it comes back to you, and you're like, oh my god, it's my responsibility now.
SLA is already broken at that
Because
time,
of that, yeah.
Close it and open it again.
Exactly. You should do lots of manual stuff in order to avoid this kind of problems. But yeah. So actually, guys, this is all I wanted to say. This is actually end of the presentation. I just wanted to do it much more interactive as I can. And yeah, if you want to join the community, here it is. And if you want to join me on LinkedIn, it's my QR code. So yeah, basically, thank you for your attention. Thank you. Okay.
I could say that this was the best meetup I've ever
You want
attended.
lots of?
No, not that much, but at least among the ones I attended.
Yeah, all of yeah.
Also,
Okay,
I'm not a BA. I'm the
I am a
developer,
BA.
Yeah, really. You are
I'm back.
back. Great.
But the